Mad Mars, written and illustrated by Lagdamen, dedicated to my mom. Introducing Robert's uncle, and Bruno Mars. Once upon a time, there was a fish named Robert who lived in peace. The San Francisco Bay was a very calm place. At the same time, a fisherman named Bruno Mars came to those same waters. Yes, that Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars was a normal dude who loved fishing, throwing fish back in the water. That is until one day when when Bruno and his dad went fishing together. That day there was a fish that kept making their boat rock back and forth. Bruno's dad was not a young man at all, and he lost his balance, fell, bumped his head, he went unconscious. Bruno had to take him to the hospital. The doctor told Bruno that it would take 3 years to get his father's brain working again. Bruno was so mad he heard that he punched a wall. He was so mad he had to get a snack from the vending machine. He wanted Doritos, which were $1, but the chips got stuck in the machine. Then Bruno had an idea. He said to himself, I should get a boat with a grill. Then I could catch fish and grill them. Since that day on, Bruno Mars became an evil fisherman. Fish did not know his name was Bruno Mars. They actually thought his name was Uptown Funk, because that's what it said on the side of the boat. When fish got caught on Bruno's hook, other fish would see them get thrown back. But this time, it was different. They would see their friends grilled and hot, because fish became extra careful whenever they saw a hook. They did not want to have any more fish funerals, because they were already having about 5 funerals to go to every day. The fish decided to make a song about their experience. They sang, "Oh, that horrible crook, that awful hook, it's very scary, it's very bad. When he caught, he wouldn't put us on the dish, he'd steam us hot and throw us back in the water again." Whenever Robert heard that song, it reminded him of his dad. Once Robert had been swimming home from school, while his dad was walking from the corner store. When his dad saw a hook, he took it. Then Bruno pulled him up. When Robert went looking for him, but he found them grilled. Robert yelled, "Why? Why, Uptown Funk?" That was the day Robert really started to hate Bruno Mars. Since then, Robert lived with his uncle. Nobody knew that Robert's uncle was a wizard fish. Wizard fish did not want anyone knowing he had powers, because he thought other fish would get jealous and try to take them away. Wizard fish was too old to fight evil fishermen, so he had to lend his powers to another fish. But it couldn't be any random fish. It had to be brave, wise, and courageous fish. When Robert arrived at school, he saw another fish being bullied. He went over there to check it out. "Why do you need to be mean like that?" said the other fish. "Because you're not giving me what I want, so hand it over. Maybe I would give you some if you weren't so mean." "Wow, only 'cause I'm mean." Robert, the other fish shoved, the bully shoved the other fish, and the other fish thanked him. The day went on. After the school was over, Wizard Fish had a surprise for Robert. "You want to destroy Uptown Funk, right?" asked Wizard Fish. "Yes," said Robert. You can have my powers. I saw you at school today helping the kid from the bully, so I trust you to go on your own to defeat Bruno Mars. I will transfer my powers to you. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Robert couldn't see anything except for white clouds. "Whoa, what powers do I have?" asked Robert. "You have lasers and able to breathe air." "Robert, I have something else to tell you. Uptown Funk is evil because of me. What do you mean? Asked Robert. I'm the one who hurt his father. Wait, Rob Wait, Robert. But Robert is already gone. First, Robert went to a random building. A little boy named Derek saw Robert running into the building. Mommy, I see a fish walking. Oh, don't be ridiculous, said the mom, who also happened to be Bruno Mars' sister. The little boy said, there it is. The mom called out, hey, fish. Robert looked over there and said, are you scared of me? I'm a walking fish. No, I'm not scared of you. What are you doing? Looking for Uptown Funk. Oh, I think you mean Bruno Mars. Who's that? Asked Robert. He's my brother. He likes to fish and has a boat with a grill. Well, I am looking for him. Can you help me find him? I will take you there because I'm going to the Super Bowl to watch him perform. I really don't want to because he's not a good man anymore. Do you have another reason why you don't want to go? Bruno said our dad got in a car accident, and when he recovers, Bruno has a boat with the grill so he can eat on the boat. Robert had to gasp. Bruno is not using it as a gift. He's using it to cook fish and throw them back in the water. Your dad did not get hurt in a car accident. He was hurt in a boat accident. How? Asked Bruno's sister. When Bruno went fishing, my uncle made the boat rock. Let me guess, you hate me now. No, the sister said. I like you more now, because you're not lying. Why? Because you're not lying. I will take us to the Super Bowl. So they boarded the train and headed to the stadium. Robert had never seen a train before, so he looks around. The sister hides Robert inside her bag. The people on the train did not see Robert. Robert wished he could see the train more because he's never seen one before. The train makes a toot-toot. What was that? That was, said Robert in a small voice. That was just the train when it's about to go. Robert and Bruno Mars' sister arrived at the stadium. Whoa, said Robert. Even Derek was really happy to be at his first Super Bowl. But the group of friends were really late. It was almost halftime. Lots of fans were yelling, let's go Panthers, clap, clap, clap. Lots of other fans were yelling, let's go Broncos, clap, clap, clap. 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halftime. Bruno and his group were getting ready to get on stage. Robert was ready to pounce, but Bruno's sister did not know Robert was going to attack Bruno. As the group took the stage, they checked to see if everything was working. Check 1, check 2, said the equipment manager. The lights turned on, and Mars started doing his thing. Robert pounced out of Bruno's sister's bag and landed on the stage. Bruno saw him on the floor. Robert started firing lasers, and Bruno was getting hurt. Robert was firing too many lasers, but Bruno even had a chance to ask for help from the security. Some fans were yelling, boo! Other fans were yelling, we want a show, we want a show. People were throwing soda cans and half-eaten hot dogs onto the field. Bruno got hit so many times he disappeared out of thin air. His group members ran away to avoid being hit with any more of Robert's lasers. Robert took the mic and started talking about Bruno Mars. Fans were screaming because he was a talking fish. Robert told everyone in the stands calm down, but they kept screaming. All of a sudden, Robert heard Bruno's sister's voice telling everyone to calm down on a separate mic. Robert finally began to talk. He said, Bruno Mars is a very bad man. He lies and never tells the truth. But he bought a boat for himself with a grill, and he told his sister it was a get-well gift for their dad. He actually bought the boat to catch fish like me and grill them and just throw them back in the water. Now fans are yelling, Robert, Robert, Robert. Just then, the Super Bowl started again. When the Super Bowl was over, Peyton Manning won. Of course, people wanted to interview him. Manning said a few things about the Super Bowl, and then he asked, "What are you going to do now that you won?" Manning said, "I'm going to take Robert to my house." Robert was not Bruno's sister's bag anymore. He had been in the Denver Broncos locker room watching the game. He decided to go back out to the field. When Manning was about to leave with Robert, Robert said, "Can we go to the San Francisco Bay to get my friends?" Manning replied, "How many do you have?" "Only a few," said Robert. Manning told his driver, "Go to the San Francisco Bay, please." It took them half an hour to get there. Manning dropped Robert into the water. He went to find Wizardfish. Uncle," yelled Robert. "I have a surprise. Come up to the surface." "I can't," said Wizardfish. "Did you destroy Uptown Funk?" "Yes, but by the way, his name is Bruno Mars." "Oh, well, let's go on the surface," said Wizardfish. "I thought you couldn't go," said Robert. I can't breathe any air anymore. Don't worry, my friend has a fish tank." The fish headed to the surface, and Manning put Wizardfish in his fish tank. They drove to Manning's mansion and showed them his huge fish tank. It took up a separate room. Manning put Robert and Wizardfish inside the huge tank. When it was dinner time, Manning gave Robert and Wizardfish mini sardines, which are very rare to find if you are a fish. So Robert and Wizardfish had the best meal of their lives. After that, Manning retired and spent his time helping Robert take notes for his friends at school in the San Francisco Bay. His friends sent one back. It said, "Tell us the story." Robert told them the story, and he wrote a book about it. It's actually the book you just finished reading.